Testing, seeing if this works. Um, I got a new mic a while ago and I stopped using it because I don't know how to use mics. So hopefully you can hear this now. I made quite a few vlogs which I had to put on headphones in order to hear at full volume on both my computer settings and in the video settings. I am not very smart. But I am going to watch a video and do my best to multitask and basically subtitle the video that was very heartfully felt, but I can't hear anything unless you put on the best settings for audio, and it's barely coming through even then. You can kind of hear it, but if you have bad hearing, forget it. So I'm going to react to it. So I'm not going to be a reaction channel. I just no. Maybe I don't know. I highly doubt it, and I feel like I would feel sad if I did. Not to say anything against it, just I don't know. I like originality, and it's I guess you can have some originality, but I don't know. It's just like I kind of want to be on my own thing. I don't know what that thing is yet, but maybe it could be reaction. Who knows? Nothing wrong with that. Anyways, here goes. I wanted to vlog. I don't know. But I wanted to say something about my cat Milo. I love him to pieces. He is the best cat in the world. And then my camera needs focusing and it just wouldn't focus. I don't even know where he is right now. Oh, he's eating right now. He's over there eating in my kitchen. But if you see the video, you can see him licking himself. Let me rewind here. Um, Milo's a big part of my life, which is true. I got him after a very horrible. I'm going to pause the video right now, but obviously you can watch if you can have the hearing of Superman or whatever. I don't know. But basically, I'm going to say this in my own words because I don't want to read a script, even though I wrote it and actually meant it. And I still mean it, but it wouldn't feel genuine. Basically, I could dive into my past a little bit, not like enough to be like, oh, you should really tell your therapist that, but enough to just kind of give you an idea of why I called Milo a burden. Also, I called Milo a burden. If I didn't already say that, I can't remember. My brain is dying very slowly in a vat in a garage. Anyways, um, Milo is a burden, but hear me out. And I was gonna write a script for this, but I don't have the patience, to be honest. When I got Milo, I was going through the worst time in my life. I lost my family and everything, and pause. I am pausing. I don't know why I'm pausing. Oh yeah, it was very dramatic. That's right. Sorry, I had to throw in some humor there because it gets really dark from here on out. I was going through the worst time in my life, and I had so many losses under my belt that I should be like a senior citizen for how many losses and terrible things that happened over my span of lifetime. I'm not comparing problems because who wants to have a pissing contest on who has the worst life? That is just a meaningless challenge to throw at yourself and someone else and just make everyone feel shitty. No, I don't do that anymore. I used to compare, like, say, oh, I had the worst life, but honestly, I had a horrible life, but it wasn't the worst. I don't think anyone can have the worst life, and anyone who compares is, frankly, just very insecure or something. I don't know. I'm not a therapist or psychiatrist or whatever. But the point is, I had gone through hell, and had just lost pets in the most gruesome way possible. Oreo and Puffers were all that were keeping me from killing myself when I was being abused horribly. And that's a whole story on its own, and I'm not going to get into that, but I never got closure with losing them. I don't even know what happened, and I'll never know what happened. And that is one of the most haunting things I could think of. So, no, I did not want a pet. I didn't want another loss on my hands that would just screw with me mentally. And it does, constantly, daily. I think about him passing all the time. And I did that with my dad. And I mentioned this in the video, but you can't hear it. But all I did was think of scenarios of just them passing the pair, but that just drew me insane. And I can't help it, but it drives me insane, and it's not healthy to do. An actress and direct. I don't know. She does a lot of things. She's a very talented woman, very funny. Rachel Bloom, my friend, got me into watching some of her shows. They're very well done. I highly recommend Crazy Ex Girlfriend. It's one of the best way portrayals of mental health since BoJack Horseman show. Remember that show, the BoJack Horseman show? Yeah, BoJack. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm really high right now. But anyways, I went through a lot, and tangents aside, I didn't want a pet. I got a pet because of a housewarming gift from our nice neighbor, who also is a really good artist. I think his name was Rich or something, Ricky or something. I don't know. Um, but he goes here. Now Milo's origin is basically he he was, I don't know, but I guess they were Chinese or something. I don't know. The source is bad. I never knew the family, but personally, but I was told that they had him as an indoor outdoor, but then the one day, because either he was bad luck or bad for the kids, I don't know. I I don't know what lie to believe, but because this was done by a psycho. He'll be mentioned later on in the video, but basically, from what I can gather from the video, from memory serves, Milo was kicked out, and my neighbor was taking care of him, but he couldn't keep him. So, and which I forgot to talk upon in the video, but he then gave him to me as a housewarming gift because I was moving from that horrible site to my current town, but not current residence. This is the residence I had in the studio apartment before moving to where I currently hate to live. The neighbors are very nice, though, by the way. But no, I guess just I didn't want another cat, and then when Psycho decided to be like, okay, if you don't want the cat, because we didn't like each other at first, Milo and I didn't want a pet, and he could sense that, and he was very skittish because I just grabbed a random cat off the street. You know, he's freaking out, and he was a lot. He was like 5 years old back then, so that's a long time, and cat ears to just be on your own pretty much and just be like, so, and it's just some stranger taking him in who doesn't really want him, and he can sense that. So I guess that's why we didn't get along at first. But after Psycho, and he is, I'm not going to diagnose him as that, but he is at least a sociopath. I won't get into it. That's another whole video or story or whatever you want to call it. But so he's threatened to snap his neck, and I was like, no, I don't want another dead cat because of I. So yeah, I took care of him obviously, and our dislike grew over the Psycho, and then he and I basically bonded, Milo and I, and we bonded, and we are inseparable. We're always together. We have separation anxiety. I miss him like crazy when I go places. I can't be out very long because and he gets really getting unrestful, and he's getting older now. He's like 13 now, and but no, I love him to pieces. But I will say he was a burden at first, and honestly, the emotional toll of him being lost is enough to drive me insane, and that's my own thing to work on. But it's very hard to do everything on your own. I have therapy, but it only covers so much, and I have so many problems right now. But I won't get into that. Um, the video is supposed to be like 13 uh, minutes long, but basically I go over that. But no, I also touch on how I lost my family and everything, and I didn't appreciate them enough, and they're gone. And I said that I closed off my heart. I was ready to close. That's true. I was going to close off my heart, and then all of a sudden Milo came into my life, and I was like, I guess I have to open the floodgates again. And I just want to skip around in this video, talking about the bonding part. But no, Milo does mean the world to me, which is another thing I say in the video. Milo means everything to me. He is unconditional love, which I think I touch upon. And romantic love is fine and everything, but unconditional love, if you can find that in like romance, you are one of the luckiest people in the universe, and you should be very appreciative of it. Because when someone can just not give up on you so easily like everyone else, that is something you will miss if you lose it throughout any kind of capacity. And when you finally realize that you wasted years of that unconditional love on just stupidness, arguments, and petty bullshit, you learn to rot inside and hate yourself. And you don't want to do that to yourself, but that's what's going to happen. Eventually you become a bitter version of yourself, and you're pessimistic, you're miserable, you just want things to end. You feel hopeless and helpless and just powerless, and a list of things that are just dark. And I could get deeper in that, but I won't. I don't think I would even make a video on that. But maybe a vlog thing, I don't know. Or maybe something, I don't know. Currently, these are unlisted videos because I just don't feel like dealing with pressure of popping off or something, which I know it won't happen. I'm not going to be very popular ever in any capacity, but I just wanted to share that. Let me see. Skip in the video. I also go into Rick and Morty. I touch upon like personalities. You know how a lot of people act like they're Rick, and he's really not someone to be proud of, to be associated with. Especially if right now it's a controversy. I don't know if I should be talking about it, but I am not going to talk about the controversy, but talk about Rick and Morty despite the controversy. And I think that I'm a lot like Rick, Morty, Jerry, definitely a Jerry. Um, but I feel like that is a good way to sum me up. And Beth too. I got it from a personality quiz. Apparently, I got Beth. But I've been drinking and smoking a lot lately to kind of cope with the pain, and sleep is the only thing that keeps me really going. The Just escaping reality is really all that's keeping me tethered right now. And it's very loose and it's getting out of control, so I'm going to work on that. I don't want it to become some kind of alcoholism or addiction or some bullshit like that. Thankfully, I have the willpower to easily stop. Lately, I just need to get my sleep schedule back in order, and I should be fine. I'm going to be on the meds I was on before, and stop take. I honestly just don't like this medication that I'm taking, and I just decided to take myself off of it and go on the other medication that I had previously that was working fine. And I think I should be a lot better also to get my sleep schedule up. But basically, I talk about Rick and Morty, and if you know, like, the current seasons, you know what I'm talking about with Rick. And I decided that I wanted to vlog, and I figured nobody's going to uh, list, read what I have to say. It's very long, and I get it. I don't want to read sometimes. I sometimes read people's things, but sometimes if it's long, I just skim. And a lot of people do that with my stuff. I've noticed it's a lot to take in. It's very depressing and everything, and that's pretty much the rest of the video. I'm not going to finish the video. But Oh, now this video's longer. Neat. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I love Milo, and I'm vlogging now because that's just an easier audience retention. I hope. Probably not, but I don't care. I've been putting a lot of gaming stuff on YouTube lately. I don't think anyone's interested in that. I'm not, but well, I am, but not of myself. I just put stupid videos up to show people stuff, and it was just an easier way of, I don't know, submitting it. I can't think of the word, but there's just it's just it takes a while to download, and sometimes like on Discord you can only there's only size, so it's easier just to make a YouTube video to show like what I want to show. Um, Even though like if you go like over a minute, like Discord freaks out and it's like, oh my goodness. Facebook Messenger is pretty good. Hi Milo, look he's back. Hi baby. And I know my place is a mess. I don't look great, but I've lost some weight, so that's cool. But I think that's a long enough vlog. So I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Take care and be safe.